How are we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be discussing who's going to be the next up. Who's going to be the next champion in every division, in my eyes. Now, for some, I have to change it a little bit, because, of course, 304, 305 are confirmed, and Leon is fighting Bilal, and Drakus is fighting, Israel. So I'm not going to be choosing either of those guys, because, that fight could, I'm not going to give away my picks for those fights, even though I kind of have somewhat. But I'll just go with who I think has a great chance to win the title. You know what I mean? I'm fucking yapping right now. Let's start. Flyweight. I'm going to go with Tatsuro Taira. Now, I know Steve Erceg is very good, but I don't think he's going to get a title shot within the time that Pantoja is going to defend his title. So I think Steve Erceg's going to beat Kai Kara France, obviously, but I think the next guy they're going to give a title shot to, if it's not Brandon Royval, because, let's be honest, no one wants to see that fight with Royval and Pantoja. He already beat him fucking twice, and the second fight was 49-46, 50-45, right? I think they're going to give it to Tatsuro Taira. They're really trying to breach into the Japanese market. And I think Tatsuro Taira, funny enough, has a really good style against a guy like Pantoja. I love his defensive wrestling chops. I think his grappling is very high level, and he's got a fucking chin on him, too. We saw him eat some punches in that Alex Perez fight. And, Tatsuro Taira, he's a part of this new breed of fighter that they're just evolving at a rapid rate. He's young as shit. How old is Tatsuro? He's, 26, 27? He's 24. Holy shit. I thought it was either him or Makayev that is that. Makayev's also 23, so. But yeah, Tatsuro, he's young. His stand-up's getting better as well, and it's not like Pantoja's stand-up is that great. He's mostly winging wild hooks and throwing obnoxiously, telegraphed elbows. So, yeah, I think Tatsuro has a great style to face against a guy like Pantoja. We move. Bantamweight. Now, I'm going to, you know what I said at the beginning. I'm going Merab Dvalishvili. Him and Merab is not a confirmed fight. Sean O'Malley, Merab is not confirmed yet. A lot of people are rumoring it's going to be at 306 at the Sphere. But I think Merab, if Sean O'Malley does not knock out Merab in the first 2 rounds, it's going to be hell for him, and he understands that. I do think that Sean O'Malley can beat Merab Dvalishvili. There's always a chance. You have a puncher's chance with a guy like Sean O'Malley, and Sean O'Malley is one of the most precise strikers in that bantamweight division. Not just one of the most, probably the most advanced striker in that division. Pair that with a guy like Merab Dvalishvili, shit can happen. But I just think Merab's pressure, it breaks everybody. It broke Piotr Jan, it broke Henry Cejudo. He breaks everybody, man. And Sean O'Malley, when we did see him on the back foot in that fight with Chito Vera, we saw that he did slow down a little bit, and he got bloodied up by just a couple of the punches that Chito landed in that 4th round. This is going to be like Sean O'Malley fighting 4th round Chito, but even more pressure for 25 minutes. And I'm not saying Merab Dvalishvili is on steroids or EPO, but, come on, dude. Come on, man. I think it's pretty obvious that he's probably on some shit. But, yeah, I think Merab Dvalishvili has the chops to do it. If anything, it's either going to be him. I don't really know if anyone else is going to be able to beat Sean O'Malley right now. I think Corey Sandhagen can fight pretty well, but I don't know if Corey has the power, the sting in his punches to... I think Sean O'Malley just maybe outdamages Corey, but I think Merab Dvalishvili, he grapples, you can't get him off of you. Especially Sean O'Malley, I know he's training really hard, but, And we've seen Sean O'Malley go into fights with injuries. I think if he goes into this fight with an injury, it's not going to be Aljo shooting from 15 feet out. It's going to be Rob in his face the entire time. All right, we move. Featherweight. Current champ, Ilya Topuria. It's not confirmed yet, but it's looking like it's him. I think I'm picking Max Holloway, if you can't tell. Max Holloway, man, I don't see him losing to a guy like Ilia Topuria after the master. Now I know, listen, it's not a fair comparison to compare Ilia to Justin Gaethje. Ilia is a far more advanced striker than Justin Gaethje, and it's also down a weight class, and he has ground-stopping power. We've seen it when Ilia fought Volkanovski. He fucking shut his lights off. Nobody's home. But Max Holloway, he's got a chin on him. I mean, we know he has a chin. He's got the pressure. He looked evolved in that Gaethje fight. He looked very fucking good. And I think what they're thinking about this Ilia Topuria fight is putting it at Salt Lake City at 307 is what the people are rumoring, or the Sphere. If it's at 307, it's going to be Ilia at elevation. And we know Max Holloway has cardio. Ilia Topuria, we've never seen him go against a sophisticated striker who isn't coming off 4 months earlier getting KO'd. Volkanovski is a great striker. He outstruck Max Holloway, but that was also him coming off 4 months getting KO'd. I still think, and by the way, let me get this straight. I think if Volkanovski eats that punch from Ilia, I think he goes out anyways. It was a very well-calculated punch, but Max Holloway, he's taller than Volkanovski. He's going to have the height advantage over Ilia Topuria. Is he going to have the reach? I think he's going to also have the reach advantage over a guy like Ilia. What's that, 69? I think Max Holloway's is also 69. Yeah, they're going to have the same reach, but he's going to have the height advantage. And who knows? I think he's going to have to make Ilia grapple with him a little bit. And Max Holloway's takedown defense is pretty good. But we move. Lightweight. This one, if I'm being honest, I'm throwing Arman up there, but that's just, I don't think he beats Islam. Let me get that straight. I don't think anyone beats Islam at lightweight. I don't think anyone does. I think Arman, Charles, Gaethje, Poirier, we already see Poirier lose. We already saw Oliveira lose. I don't think Gamrot beats him. I don't think any of these guys in this division beat Islam Makhachev. I think Islam, he's going to move up soon to welterweight after he beats Arman Sarukian or whoever they get him to fucking fight. Who cares? He's going to move up, and they're going to get somebody to fight for either interim or fill in for the undisputed. And I think Arman is just that second guy in command right now. After he beat Oliveira, I think he's the guy that's like co-captain. I think that's what he is. I think Arman isn't even really that great compared to Islam, if I'm being honest. I think Islam wipes the floor with Arman, by the way, but Arman compared to everyone else, I think he beats everyone else too. Arman can definitely lose. He leaves openings on the feet. He leaves himself out for submissions a whole bunch in a division where guys in this division have a lot of great BJJ guys in this division. But I think that he's a solid level up compared to everyone else. It's either him or Charles, but he already beat Charles. So, yeah. I just think that Arman is the next level. He's a level below Islam, but he's a next level above everyone else. We move. Welterweight. This is the first division where we have a title fight confirmed. Leon versus Bilal. So I'm not picking either of these guys. I'm picking Shavkat Rakhmonov. And this fight is a little weird to me, if I'm being honest. Shavkat, I really think he's beatable. I really think Shavkat is a beatable human. He doesn't move his head. He gets hit a bunch. How many significant strikes per minute does Shavkat eat? He only absorbs 2? Bullshit. Jeff Neal was landing on this guy full fucking cylinder that whole fight. How many strikes did Jeff Neal land? 69 significant strikes. But those are Jeff Neal's significant strikes, so those had some fucking meat on them. But yeah, Shavkat, I think he's beatable. I think he will not retire undefeated. I think someone's eventually going to crack his chin. I mean, we've seen him get knocked down in the regionals. We saw Jeff Neal rock him. He's in a division with a lot of heavy hitters. But yeah, I don't know. I think him and Leon Edwards is a really interesting matchup. But I think Shavkat can edge out everybody. Pause. He can edge out the pause. He can slightly be better than everybody because he also has the grappling chops. Like, he's a pretty good, decent grappler too. So, yeah. if it's not Shavkat, it's probably going to be maybe Jack. I don't know, Jack Della Maddalena's IQ somewhat surprises me, and he was down in that Gilbert Burns fight on all 3 scorecards, so even though I thought Jack Della Maddalena won one of the first 2 rounds, if I'm being honest, I thought he won, what was it, the first? Or, yeah, it was the first, I think. I don't think he was down in that fight, but the judges thought so, so, yeah, I'll give it to Shavkat. We move. Middleweight. Again, we have a confirmed title fight, Dricus versus Israel Adesanya, August 17th. I'm not going to pick Israel or Dricus. I'm picking Nasruddin Imavov. I think Nasruddin is next up, if I'm being honest. I think this is the guy that can beat a lot of people. Nasruddin, in my opinion, is one of my favorite top-ranked guys in this middleweight division. I've watched almost his entire fucking career. I think this dude, he's fast. He's got power. I think a lot of people are discrediting him in that Jared Cannonier fight for the stoppage, even though that's not his fault. It's Jason Herzog's fault. It's not his fault. And Imavov, in that moment of that fight, the momentum was going to shift anyways. The momentum was already shifting in that fight to Nasruddin Imavov's side. And I think Nasruddin Imavov has great speed. He's accurate. He's precise. He is a little low output, but I think he fares pretty well against a lot of these guys. He's got to be less emotional, and I think that's going to get him far if he can lower those emotions. But I think Nasruddin Imavov is a guy everyone should look out for, and I think that he has a great chance against those top-level guys. I know he lost to Sean Strickland. That was over a year ago now. Right? He's had 3 fights since then. He was beating the shit out of Chris Curtis. He beat the fuck out of Roman Dolidze, and he TKO'd Jared Cannonier. So, this guy is... I think this dude does well. We move. Light heavyweight. It's, again... I know in the overrated video I said Magomed Ankalaev is overrated, and I don't think he beats Alex Pereira, but if nobody else in this division beats him... The only person in this division that I think even has a chance of beating Alex Pereira is Magomed Ankalaev. Yuri, we already saw him twice. Jamal Hill has no footwork. He kind of sucks, like technique-wise. Jan Blachowicz, he's old. How old is Jan? 41? He's also coming off like double shoulder surgery or some shit. Yeah, 41. Yeah, Jan's chopped. Rakic, no, he doesn't have the chin. Skill, for sure, Alexander Rakic, for sure. Skill-wise, very skilled, but his chin holds him back. Walker's moving up to heavyweight, apparently. Khalil Roundtree, he's too short. Khalil Roundtree's too short, in my opinion. Yeah. And even then, if Alex Pereira doesn't get beat at light heavyweight, I just think that Magomed Ankalaev beats a lot of the other people, if I'm being honest. I don't think a lot of people in that division have the striking chops of Alex Pereira and can take advantage of Magomed Ankalaev the way that we've seen him get taken advantage of in like the Jan Blachowicz fight and what Alex Pereira can do to him. So, yeah, I think Magomed Ankalaev is probably clear-cut the next guy up. Heavyweight. John Jones, current champ. Tom Aspinall is the champ, in my opinion. Who did I put? Oh, yeah. Jailton Almeida. Hear me out. Hear me out, dude. Hear me out, dude. Can you not just see this guy, like, fluking his way through this division? Like, dude, I can see it happening. If it's true that him and Cyril Gane are fighting at Paris, he's not a blob. That's the thing about Jailton Almeida. He is not a blob. That's what separates him and every other wrestler at heavyweight except Tom Aspinall. He's not a blob. He's a very fit guy, very jacked. He's quick. I just think if Jailton can somewhat even implement some striking, in that second round, prior to shooting the takedown on Curtis Blades, Jailton was low-key landing some schmeat on good old fucking Curtis Blades. And he also in the Derek Lewis fight in that first round, it looked like he almost looked like he rocked to Derek Lewis, if I remember that correctly, in that first round. He's too quick, I think, for a lot of people in this division. I think he beats Stipe. Volkov's a tricky fight. I think if him and Curtis Blades rematch, he beats Blades. I think Blades is too plotty. And I'm still so salty that he lost that fight. I think Pavlovich is kind of a tough one. I don't know. Gane? I don't know. I think Gane. I think this guy, I don't know what it is. I can just see him fluking his way up the division and fucking up a bunch of people. Because they're all kind of like fat a little bit. But yeah. That's the video. These are who I think is going to win the title next in the divisions. Some of them are a little bit of a joke, but you know, it is what it is. If you like the video, give it a like. If you agree with anything I said, put it in the comments. If you disagree with anything I said, also put it in the comments. And give me some ideas, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm running out of ideas. I'm joking. Saturday, Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz have a boxing match, and I'm gonna upload a recap of that. I'm not doing picks and breakdown for that. I almost did. I made the slides, but I deleted them because I didn't feel like researching for that event. But I'm going to recap Masvidal, Nate Diaz tomorrow. And then next week, dude, we got Denver Fight Week, baby. So we're back to the normal schedule. Probably upload one video during the week next week, but it's going to be picks and breakdown, you know, after that. So I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it is. Peace.